This here is an Apple CarPlay display that we're going to be unboxing and putting it on the car. Now this we got from Amazon, and check this out, it's pretty beaten up on one side. I was kind of like afraid of that when we were opening the Amazon box. Oh, it's actually this side that's beaten up. So when we were opening the box, I was kind of scared that this might happen because on one side there was cushion, the other side had no cushion at all. Bad packaging, they did at Amazon, I guess, but here we are. I hope nothing is broken, but this is what it looks like. So here we are in the box here. Now you can actually customize your logo or booting screen. You can have your car logo, you can have your picture, or you can have this thing here which says HD card DVR. So you can definitely change that by going through their Facebook or something, like support or something like that. So you have to basically get in touch with them if you want to do any of that. And you can also register this thing to get a whole year of warranty if you guys are interested in that. If you guys are having a problem with this thing, you can actually contact them on their social media and email. You can also share your experience to get a $500 gift card. I'm definitely not getting that because I already criticized about the boxing. Okay, here's a manual in case you need to use this. Let's actually dig into the product itself. Now it's protected in this plastic bag here so it doesn't get scratched up or anything. And this is what that looks like. Now this is the screen, and as you can see, the blacker side are here and the darker side is going to be the bezel of the screen. So it's a pretty nice and big screen, and it's pretty long, which is a good thing. And we also have some sticky part here that if we unwrap this is going to stick to the dashboard there, so then you can just lay it on there. We also have this movable 2.5K dash cam here that we can move around, and you can record everything as a front dash cam with this camera here. And there's a power button here on top. These are all the plugins on this side. Type C, AV in. There's an SD card here for the dash camera and also an auxiliary cord. And that's pretty much it for the screen. So depending on the placement, we'll look at that later, but let's actually go through the unboxing process first. There's also a break into this thing too, so I really hope that screen is good and didn't get any stress or anything. I was actually kind of hoping for this. If you don't want to put it on your dash or you don't have any space on your dash, you can definitely use this, which is pretty good. This is a suction cup mounted holder, so you can basically put it on the glass and then you can basically just put it anywhere. And this is also movable, so you can actually play around with the angle and get the proper fit. I think this is also extendable, so you can actually extend this thing to bring it closer to you as well. And then you can move this way, that way. You can also do this way, that way, all over way. I mean, you can kind of tilt it all the way because of a ball here. And then this one, it's definitely movable and adjustable, which is pretty good. I hope the suction cup mount is strong. Oh yeah, it is going to be very strong because it bends a lot, so that's a good thing. We're going to leave that to a side. Off we go to the backup camera. Now this is a backup camera, which I believe you can actually plug into the car, right? So this is the backup camera. This is a 1080p backup camera, which you can put it outside of your car or even inside, which is what we're going to do. This you can actually use as a dash cam for the back and also a reverse camera. Now there's a red wire here, and if you connect this red wire to the reverse light, this is going to turn on every time you put reverse on your car too. So that's actually a really good thing to do. And on top of that, we have plenty of wires that we can actually route this entire thing to the back without any problem, no matter the size of the car. And like I said, you can actually put this outside or inside. In our case, we have some sticky part here that we're going to be putting on this thing and putting it directly on the glass, back glass. So it's going to stay inside the car, but we're also going to be getting rear view and rear dash cam. Then we also have an aux cord. This is basically going to connect the audio to the vehicle, and it's pretty long too, so you can actually route this properly and hide this along the way so it's not a wire that's dangling around. That's also pretty nice. The next thing we have is a power cable. This is a USB-C end, and this is a cigarette lighter end. It looks pretty good. I just wish that this came with some more outlets here, because once you use this thing, that port is completely blocked, so downside to that, but you know, it's pretty long, so you can also hide this thing pretty nicely. We also have this little screwdriver. And lastly, we have this disc here. Now this is a plastic disc on one side. The other side is going to be a double-sided tape. And this tape is going to help you get onto your dashboard, especially this one, because this dashboard is not smooth. So in case you want to use this thing on the dashboard or on an uneven surface, you're going to need this thing, because this is what's going to help you get a good suction on the suction cup. And on top of that, this tape is pretty strong, so it's going to actually hold everything down properly. So honestly, if you're going to use it on the glass, I would suggest just go with the suction cup, because that's strong enough. In case you guys are, you know, picking a spot like something like this, which is what I'm thinking, like maybe like this, will basically, like, you know, go over the vent over here. If we do that, then you know, I think using this is going to be better, because I don't think the suction cup is going to be mounted well over here. So, you know, that's something that you would have to think about once you do this. And don't worry about the suction cup. Like, you know, you can kind of try it out everywhere. In my case, I always, you know, try it out with the plastic, so it's actually kind of easy to take it off if you don't want it there. If the suction cup is strong enough, it'll hold. So, you know, you guys will know the amount of bonding you have. So, you know, that's a quick tip. So let's actually test this out. We're not gonna be wiring the backup camera, because we just want to use it as a dash cam. All right, so we're actually gonna plug this in, and I'm gonna untie this thing. After we plug this in, we're gonna be carrying this wire over to the device here. Right now I'm not really worried about any wire tucking, because I want to see if this device even works given the packing situation of this. Let's turn the vehicle on. This will give you an idea of, so it's HD car DVR. The glow kind of makes it look very, I don't know, does it look weird? Okay, you're gonna get that, you know, really loud sound. And check that out, we are actually just greeted straight up with the and this is what it looks like. The first thing that we see is the front camera. This is what it looks like, and then this is home, Apple CarPlay. We also have Android Auto, in case you guys are wondering about if you have a Samsung or an Android phone. The DVR, as we saw, is the camera here. It is recording, as you can see. So there is an SD card already installed in here. That's why we have the recording going on, which is pretty cool. And then, you know, these are the different things, like the volume. This is the brightness, and this is back home. Playback is probably going to be just, oh, this is video. So in case you have videos, oh, the playback is going to be the video playback for the Dashcam. The Dashcam looks very clear, honestly. I'm not sure about reading license plates and stuff, but if we're close enough, I think we'll be able to read everything, because the dead end sign, I can kind of read it. So, you know, that's something. This is the rear. We don't have the rear plugged in, but that's, you know, where you would find it. Let's actually connect it and see how that looks too. So the rear is actually a, this is not 3.5 millimeter, but it's an aux looking, or AVI in. So you're gonna plug this one to the AVI in, and here we are. Okay, prompting. We don't have any footage right now because we just plugged it in. So we're gonna go here and press DVR, and here we are, upside down. There we go. So it's kind of squished and looks funny, but wow, the clarity is really good. Honestly, you know, it's 1080p. Can't beat it. It's really good. Let's point it outside. You know, that's pretty nice. Honestly, can't really complain about that. Now, can you actually? Oh, look at that. We can actually show both screens all at once, which is pretty nice. And then, you know, we can also switch to, like, you know, the cameras. This is the toggle button, basically. You can just switch back and forth all the time. So this is a mute option. You can mute yourself, or you can actually have the audio on, and you can, you know, basically hear what's going on. This is the playback option that we actually just, you know, were there before. This is a, you know, photo taking thing. You can take a photo. So this is a lock mode, unlock video mode, and then you can, you know, toggle the video off and on. You know, that'll kind of save it to your SD card. If you don't have an audio input in the car, you can basically use this option. This basically connects to the radio of the vehicle, and then you can basically transmit like that, but it's going to be a lot lower quality in that way. So, you know, you can enjoy music on your speaker basically from the Apple Carplay that you're going to be putting on. So that's pretty much it. And then, you know, we're just going to go on home here, and then we're going to choose the best placement for this device, and then we're going to go from there right now. So we actually decided that we want to put it just like here, how the suction cup is. We're going to put the suction cup over there. It's going to reach out to here, and it's going to be roughly around like here. This is what we're going to be looking at, because if we put it too close here, we're going to block it with the steering wheel and our hand here. So this is probably the best spot. And on top of that, we have the front camera. So if we put it anywhere here, that kind of, you know, defeats the purpose of having a dash cam, honestly. So in order to do all of this, we're actually going to take this thing off, and we're going to use the suction cup mount. So we're going to basically have to take this off with the screwdriver that they provided. If you have better screwdriver, you could also do that. Some small screws, it doesn't take long. And make sure you don't lose the screws, because they don't give you any extra one. You could actually drill this thing down to the dash, or, you know, wherever you mount to, because this is actually you know, it actually has holes to do that. That is pretty cool. So let's bring that in. You know, we're gonna have to decide which way it's gonna be. So it's gonna be like this, not like this, right? Yeah, it's gonna be like this. And so we're gonna, oh, honestly it doesn't matter, because you could turn it around. So, you know, to make it easier, you can even take this thing off and separately screw these in. Again, make sure you don't lose the screws, because you only have 4. And I'm just gonna go here one at a time. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually put the suction cup on. So you can do this later, but I'm just gonna pre-adjust this thing here. I'm gonna do this one later, because I want to make sure, you know, we're good with all the connection and everything, with the angle and everything. Okay, so I'm gonna put it like, let me see if I put it at the lowest. This is pretty low, so yeah. That'll actually work. So I'm gonna actually go as low as I possibly can and put it on. Taking the plastic off. So what you do is you go there, you put this on, and you press it in, and then you pull this lever all the way down, and that basically locks it. Okay, so here we are. This is kind of like the lowest I can go. I'm going pretty low with this one. And pressing this in, I just pushed it in, and it actually worked. So I'm gonna put this thing back on. Oh wow, this thing got a little bit like, okay, let's put this back on. go. And when we tighten everything up, everything will be good as new. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to try to keep this pretty low, depending on the height you want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually take this thing and we're going to put it in the back, and then we're going to put this in the ball, and then we're going to screw the ball in with that. There we go. Is this? Yep, this is the right way. So the ball is basically, I'm not even sure if it's the right size because the resistance comes like really early, but then it's also not like tightened all the way. This is kind of weird. So like if you're facing this problem, easy way is to like get a sandpaper, roughen up the ball. Maybe that'll stop it from like moving so easily. But again, this much play is okay because you might want to be able to move it here and there a little. So I'm gonna line this up again, and basically this is where the thing is gonna go through the bigger one. So I'm gonna just do that. I got it. There we go. Alright, let me connect this thing here, the extender, and then since this is rested nicely and this is where we want it, we're gonna lock this thing up. So if you have it out that far, this is the issue with that. It's like really hard to reach things. But here we go. We're actually like pretty secure on the spot. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is the power wire. Now the power wire, we're gonna actually kind of start from this thing because we want to tuck everything in the other side. So the USB-C is in because these people just expected us to just have a wire dangling, so we don't even have a trim tool to work with. So I got this Harbor Freight clip tool. We can actually use this to kind of separate the panels, although I don't suggest you doing this. You can scratch plastic with this one. There is a you can get a plastic trim tool, which I actually got with these kind of things before, but unfortunately this time they didn't actually give us one. So you basically just jam it in and you just kind of like separate it, and then you put your wire in, and then you just go along the way just like that. So for to begin this, like, it's kind of hard to begin it. It's kind of hard to start it because you're gonna have to make a way to go in first. Yeah, we found out very quickly that it's not worth making scratches. We already did one here. So, and it's really hard to actually take these panels apart. So unless you have a plastic one, which I probably will find later, I don't know where mine is, I suggest you getting one with it, just separately, because they don't give you one. Pretty messed up. But basically I'm gonna just run it, and I'm gonna tuck these wires in this pocket here. Can you show the pocket? I'm gonna basically just run it here underneath. This is where our aux is gonna go, and this is where the cigarette port lighter is gonna go and this is where the power cord is gonna go. So I'm gonna basically just tuck everything in here, so we have wires out of the way. And then here's the aux cord, and you can put zip ties and stuff on, but I'm not gonna put anything on right now because I'm gonna look for the panel tool and then put those in first, and then but luckily we actually have this pocket, so we can actually leave the wires in here and not make it look too bad. And that's what it would look like. Now I'm gonna take my phone wire out, like reroute it this way. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that's actually not bad enough wire, honestly. I could probably even live with that, but that's what it would look like. Now let's talk about the backup camera. Now this backup camera I also cannot put on right now because I have to go through on this side. Actually, I will have to connect it to this thing, and then we'll have to like kind of go back here, and then through like, you know, from here either, or you know, from the bottom. But yeah, I think it's gonna be easy from the top here. Like we'll have to like run it and then come back out here, and these are pretty easy. I can even do this by hand, like, you know, go underneath this thing, and we're gonna go and then this way and then all the way to the back, and then we'll basically just have this thing right on top of the glass, and then we'll basically put the double-sided tape on top of this thing, and then we'll just connect it and have it face like something like, oh, that's going to be another issue because this is a flat one, so it's not like curved, so you know, we can't like just put it on like this and be okay with it. This is a flat one, so it's going to be like this, and then now you can't see anything. All you're going to see is the trunk. So we'll have to put this like in here, you know, and like tuck it in there, or actually we might have to just screw it into the headliner. That's probably the only thing that you can do to actually, you know, have it in an angle like that where we can actually see things in the back. Other than that, if you're going to put it on the glass, and think about it, how are you gonna see anything? Like, you know, over here we can't because it's a slanted glass.
Show this stuff when you do it, man. You're doing all that.
We're not doing anything.
Do it over there.
We're not doing anything. I'm not taking a video of this. Because when are you gonna do that? See? So, you know, that's gonna be an issue, but you know, that's something that we'll have to figure out when we get there. As of now, we're gonna keep this as is, and Apple Carplay, how that works and everything. Now, click Apple Carplay on smart screen. Pair your iPhone using Bluetooth. When iPhone prompt, use Carplay with smart screen. So we're gonna click that, and then it'll basically connect out via Bluetooth. So we don't even have to like kind of plug it in or anything. And now it's loading. Okay, we're in. Look at that. Look at that. We can actually see the Apple map here, and it's pretty good. Look at that. It looks really good, honestly. We can play music and stuff like that. This is Apple CarPlay, so everything that you have on Apple CarPlay is going to be here. So it's, you know, so that's pretty cool. And you can also check your apps, and you know, everything in an Apple CarPlay, you're going to have it here. The screen is a little bit laggy, but you know, this is not OEM. So you're gonna have to expect that. It's a little bit laggy, not really that bad. It's workable, you know. That's what everything looks like. The Google Map and all the other apps are gonna be here. It's a pretty good screen, honestly. So it's actually pretty cool. So this is all the resolution that you can shoot in. You can actually change the shooting resolution of the camera. You can also do this playback time. This thing is gonna basically record in small clips like this, because you know, if you're running long videos like that, it might corrupt your SD card. So we'll leave it at 3 minutes. 3 minutes are pretty cool. It also like helps you download sections of the video, so that's pretty cool. Microphone on and off. Image mirror. This is gonna help you watch videos and stuff from your phone. This is gonna mirror your phone basically, and then you can do, you know, things that you do on your phone. This is an image mirror. This is probably for the camera. So we have a screensaver. This thing can basically turn off in the timers there, in case you don't want to use it. We have some voice control here. Turn on display, turn off display, show all cameras. These are the voice controls. You can actually like say these things and then it'll work out. Voice control, we're going to turn that on. Driving position. Reverse line calibration is the reverse line for the backup camera. We got some language setting here, date and time, formatting SD card. This is going to delete everything out of your SD card and format it again. factory reset. We can reset this entire thing. It's gonna, get to the factory settings. Firmware version, you can actually update this thing and see what kind of version you're actually on right now through this. And if you also need any information to talk to the customer service, you also have the serial number and everything here. This is home, this is brightness, this is audio, I'm guessing. Aux has been inserted. Please adjust the volume in the original vehicle. So we're actually connected to the vehicle already, so that's kind of good. Let's actually go to Apple Carplay and we're gonna go to YouTube Music. Well, we can't play anything on Apple because it's gonna just shut the whole video out. It's gonna take the whole video down. What YouTube?
YouTube Music.
Why do you even have that app, bruh? Okay, we got some no copyright music here. Let's actually try it out. I don't have any controls on the phone. Let's actually try the car one. Maybe we'll have to pair something. Source. Oh, check that out. Look good. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Wow, you can even and do all that thing. There's a lot of functions on this, just like you would have on a CarPlay function. That is really good, honestly. I can't complain at all. It looks good, it functions well, and yeah, I just wish that the wiring wasn't like this. I mean, they probably should have thought about it and put the wires on this side, because now even if I tuck this in, I'm still gonna be seeing some wires in the middle of the car. I'd rather have it on that side so it's all out of the way. Except for that, I think everything is looking good, and having a panel tool was definitely gonna help, but yeah, we also didn't get that. So that was actually it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.